you add to the offensive in the southern part of Gaza right now and how serious it's getting? The last couple of days seem to be among the most intense so far. Where do we stand?
Oh, thank you for having me. Well, if we look at Gaza, kind of like the war against ISIS, Khan Yunis, which is where our forces are focused right now, would be Mosul. That is the birthplace of Yahya Sinwar, who's the butcher of Khan Yunis, as he's called. That's actually for butchering Gazans, not Israelis. That is his birthplace. That is the center of the terror infrastructure that he built. The orders on October 7th and the planning were made from there. And the terrorists that entered into Israel, many of them came from there. You're talking a city that is a beehive of a matrix of tunnels underneath homes, inside of mosques, inside of schools, very narrow alleyways, close fighting, face-to-face with many terrorists, while civilians are moving in and out because, of course, as we know, Hamas is using those civilians. And this is really the IDF at its most precise. We're trying to target these terrorists. They're throwing civilians in a way. I just saw footage that came out of a Hamas terrorist moving on his elbows throughout a structure close to the ground, and behind him is about a 1.5-year-old baby who's following him. It's
right.
Crazy, the mix of civilians. But this is the core. This is a critical component of defeating Hamas. And, we're doing it. We're destroying the infrastructure, and we're fully embedded there. We've encircled Khan Yunis, and we're making a lot of progress.
I asked you the other day, I think, about how, if you're doing it differently. I want to revisit that for a moment in light of some of the humanitarian concerns raised. We talked about them a moment ago by the UN Secretary General. As you say, we know, and there's been documentation that you guys have been putting out, like what we just talked about of the IDF and human shields and all the rest. But what about your operations? I think you used a word about, I think it was precise. I mean, how you're operating differently or trying to in the southern part of Gaza. What's going on there on that front?
Look, Connell, we're operating on intelligence. We have trained our soldiers. We're using intel to find the terrorists, aerial support. We are moving. We have our people on the ground. I think most armies in the world would have taken care of this from the air. And, we know our responsibility being precise as possible in a jungle of terrorists that are using civilians. However, Hamas sees as the responsibility, first of all, to kill Israelis. And we have to understand this. Second of all, or maybe first of all, to kill their own civilians because they know it's going to divert world attention. At the end of the day, Connell, we have to live on this border. Our people have to go back and win the border. There is no other option besides destroying Hamas. Therefore, I hear all the humanitarian issues. My heart goes out to these people. It's not a nice situation. If we want to take care of this, there's only one solution. It's not a ceasefire. We can't have a ceasefire and leave a murderer on our doorstep. It is for the international community to demand Hamas go out into the open, fight Israel face to face, stop being such cowards. Take us on face to face. Started this. And let's let these civilians go about their lives. The moment they do this, Connell, there's no more threat to their civilians because they won't be around the terrorists.
Here we are 2 months in, 2 months since October 7th. So no ceasefire, any calls from UN or anybody else for that, not on the table. I want to talk as a final point about the concern that's been out there for a while that this war will widen even more than it has outside of the Gaza Strip. Earlier in the program, we talked about a tweet from your Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, translated from Hebrew to English, that reads in the Northern Command, if Hezbollah makes a mistake, it'll turn Beirut and South Lebanon into Gaza and into Khan Yunis. Has that trickled its way down to the military in terms of, are there plans to widen this conflict even more than it already has in another part of the region?
We're fully aware that in the same way that Hamas attacked and did a cross-border raid that was unprovoked, Hezbollah could do the exact same thing. Hezbollah has been shooting rockets at Israel unprovoked. They've shot, RPG rockets, anti-tank missiles. They've killed civilians. We know that we live in a tough neighborhood, and Iran is calling the shots from 1,000 miles away. All their leaders are safe, sitting on billions of dollars. It's nothing for them just to enter into another war with Israel. People for them are pawns. We are ready for any situation that may confront us. We have been since day one, And the entire Israeli people are behind this. And it's clear Hezbollah moves on Israel, and we hope they don't. We are ready for any scenario. We're going to defend our people, whether it's from the Houthis, whether it's from Hezbollah, whether it's from Hamas. Iran is trying to hit us from 3 different angles. We're going to succeed at the end of this, because you know why, Connell? We actually have no choice. That's our advantage. We have no choice but to win, and therefore we're going to. I'm sorry about the civilian population. That is the horrific collateral damage of these terrorists.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.